So without wasting time, let's continue with the configurations. Okay, so by default, the default IP for Toto link is 192.168.0.1. so I know this is the IP because I went to the network settings and actually checked my DHCP IP assigned to me, and I noticed I have a gateway of 192.168.0.1. okay, and so that is your gateway, that is your access to the router. So you need to put in this IP address here, and I typed it and it gave me this web page. So you need to proceed and then log in into the router board, and I know by default it should be admin. Okay, great, and I'm right. And so this is the first thing you are going to meet when you get into the router. And so you follow the sequence of events. Okay, so the time zone, I need to select my time zone. So my time zone is, this is the right time zone for me. I'm in Ghana, so my time zone is in line with Gambia, Liberia, Morocco, England, Ireland, and Portugal. So I move on to the next. What does it say here? It says if your ISP only allows internet access to a specific MAC address, you need to clone the MAC address. If you are not sure, select use default MAC address. So it's as simple as this. It says if your ISP allows internet access to a specific MAC address, you should select clone MAC address. But if not, then you should select the use default MAC address. So I'm going to use default MAC address, and my means of getting internet into the router is a dynamic means. It's not static. Else I should select static and specify the IP addresses here, but it's dynamic, and so I leave it this way. And then I click on auto detect. It detects, and then I move on to the next tab. The next tab is setting up your wireless access point. And so in this space or this web page, you have the different types of frequencies. That is 2.4 gigahertz and then 5 gigahertz wireless frequencies. And so here you have the option to combine. It says wireless multi-frequency integration. So you have the chance or the option to integrate these two wireless frequencies to work together, which means if you have a 2.4 gigahertz mobile phone, you'll be able to connect to this router. If you have a 5 gigahertz frequency mobile phone, you'll be able to connect to this router as well. So I select this, okay, and then you specify the name. Okay, you specify the name here, and then the password here. Else you uncheck this and it goes back to this as well. Okay, so in this, if you leave it to the default in this form, it's going to separate the frequencies. So devices using 2.4 gigahertz frequency can connect to 2.4 gigahertz frequency. Devices using 5 gigahertz also can connect to 5 gigahertz frequency devices as well. And so this is what I've done. After that, we'll check and see if what we have done is the correct way to do it. So I need to replicate the same thing here as well. In this case, I'm saying 5 gigahertz frequency, right? Okay. Then I type in my password, the same thing as here as well. Then I move on to the next thing. It's saying use 2.4 gigahertz password, or you leave it at default. Okay, so this is the login password. This is the login password, admin. I'm leaving it this way just for test purposes. Then you move on to the next thing. Now, at this point, you have your summary. You have the summary of the configurations you've done, from the time zone to the internet, to the wireless, to the password, and then finally to your summary. So this is what you're going to see when you are done doing the basic configuration on this device. So I'm done, it's setting up. So I need to have a little patience and get it set up. Just a little patience, okay? I don't think it's going to take that much time, no. So just a little patience, little. When it's done, it's going to broadcast 2 sets of wireless frequencies for us. It's going to broadcast 2.4 gigahertz frequency, and it's going to broadcast 5 gigahertz frequency as well. So when I'm done, we are going to see if my laptop will be able to see both. Bingo. So I guess it's done. Yeah, it's done. On your dashboard, wow, I like this. Damn. Look at how beautiful the design looks. I love this web page. I love this device. I'm so in love with this. Okay, so here you're able to see in real time the traffic that goes in and out of your router board. Okay, this is the internet. Yeah, we've done this configuration already. So this is the traffic that goes in and out of your router. This is the router itself, the physical device. This is the one port. This is the LAN 2. This is LAN 1. And yes. If we go to the wireless frequencies, we have the 2.4 gigahertz frequency up here, and we have 5 gigahertz frequency down here. And we have a host, which is my physical device connected to the router through a network link. So this is it. The link type, you're able to see the link type, which is a wired connection. Okay. If I want to disallow internet connection to this device, you just click here, not allow internet access equipment, which means it will be able to connect to it, alright, but wouldn't be able to access the internet. And this is quite good for control. Maybe internet at your home, you will be able to control its usage and how it should work. Okay, let me check. Okay, yeah, you can be able to change the desktop username. Okay, now let's move on. Wireless, I think we've set it up already. Yeah, we've done the configuration on the wireless already and internet. If we go to parental control, this is the one of the most fascinating feature about this device. You have parental control, and I guess you guys understand what parental control is. You being a parent and being able to control internet usage to your kids. Yes, let's say you are home and you have that type of smart home where your kids are always on the internet doing stuffs, okay, you'll be able to control them from here by allowing this parental control feature. Okay, so let's set example here. So add a feature. So description, maybe AMA, okay, then the MAC address. Let me use my device as a MAC address, okay. So let me see, okay, I'm here. Okay, so let me use my device as an example, right? Okay, so I add my MAC address here, and let's say AMA, the description is AMA. So let's say one of my children or one of my kids is called AMA. So I don't want AMA to have access to the internet on certain days. Okay. Okay, so let's say AMA can have access to internet on Fridays, Saturday, and Sunday only. Okay, and then here you specify the time AMA can have access to the internet. So AMA can have access to the internet from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Okay, this is the time in which I want AMA to have access to the internet. And so AMA can only have access to internet on these days: Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and in the time period of 9 o'clock a.m. to 8 p.m. Okay, this is the times I just want AMA to have access to the internet, and that's it. Okay, and so I'm sure, let me see. So this is the only time AMA can have internet access. That's a basic meaning. Okay. So that is it with parental control. Let me delete it. So you can just disable it. The next thing to talk about is a guest network. So here you can set up a guest SSID for guests who come to your premises or your home, and then they will have the chance to use the internet. This is where you set the guest SSIDs and password for them on both frequencies. Okay, now the next thing is a smart quality of service. That's smart QoS. Okay, at this side you'll be able to add the description here, the IP address to start and then the end IP address, the speed, the upload and then the download speed as well. So basically this is what it talks about. Smart quality of service. You're just trying to check the quality of speed, the upload and download speed that you actually get on a specific range of IP addresses. Okay, that's what smart quality of service does here. So let's disable it as well. Now let's go to the advanced tab. Okay, so in the advanced tab, You have certain advanced features, such as you have a dashboard which is more advanced, gives you specific information, as in the performance of the CPU. You're able to see its performance here. You're able to see the performance of the memory, the download speed, the upload speed. So example, let me go to the YouTube and try to do some streaming. Then we will be able to see the upload and download speed here. And here you'll be able to see in real time the number of clients connected to this router. Okay, so these are some of the details. This is the system, the model number, this is it, the firmware version is here. Okay, the uptime and the build time. It uses currently it uses IP version 4. It's not using IP version 6. Okay, and it uses DHCP 7. The frequencies being used are 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz frequencies. Okay, and the channel is Auto. Yeah, so the connection status is online. Everything is working. It's perfect. Just that I think my internet is a bit slow here. So I'm not. Alright, let's move on. Okay. Now security. Okay, so this has got to do with the firewall configurations, IP filtering, IP port filtering, MAC address filtering, and URL filtering as well. And so, for example, under IP port filtering, here you can decide to add a filtering rule here. You describe it, the protocol, TCP or UDP, you specify the IP, the port range in here, okay, and then you move on, okay, and then you apply the rule. So this particular rule is going to work. I'm sorry. It's going to work on the specific IP you put in here, and the protocol it uses as well. Now, if we move on to the MAC address filtering, okay, so MAC address filtering, if you want to do a MAC address filtering, you add it here. So you add the MAC address, and then this rule applies to a particular MAC address of a host machine. Now let's come to URL filtering. This is one of the most important and key features to be found in this router. So here you specify the keyword and how you want it to work. So let me say YouTube. Okay. So I'll specify YouTube here. So this is what you do with the security URL filtering rule in this particular router. Let me take it off and disable it because I'm not really going to use it. If we move on to the next tab, which is the NAT, port forwarding. So from here you'll be able to forward, you can do a port forwarding rule to a particular server on your network, a host on your network, or any other server. Okay, so you describe it, you specify the protocol, the IP, okay, the internal port and external port, and then you are good to go. We have the VPN server. Wow, so this device does a VPN server, but specifically PPTP server. Okay, so it has about, I think, about 3. Okay, so you can configure VPN server here under PPTP server architecture. You have these options as well for your configurations of a VPN server. Else, you can go to the next one, which is L2TP server. You can also do your configurations according to your credentials. The next one is OpenVPN. Okay, here you will be able to also configure this VPN according to your specifications as well. And then the last one is account management. Account manage. Okay. I don't know so much details about this, but yeah, this is what you do. Storage. This router is so interesting. You have DLNA storage. You have Samba on and off storage as well. These are storage architectures. And then you move on to the last one, which is tools. This is where you'll be able to change the password of the device, the login details of the device, the time setup. Okay, this has got to do with the time zone, and then the NTP time servers as well. You have the remote here, the remote on and off. You specify the ports, and then I think there can be some remote connections. So basically, these are some tools which will help you to easily diagnose this device and help it improve in its workability. Okay, so basically these are some of the things you can actually find in this Toto link router. I cherish you, my viewers, and I'm glad you watched this video. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Watch more of my videos. Click on the notification button so that you'll be updated anytime I bring out videos. And also don't forget to like and comment on my videos as well. Your views are very important. Thank you for watching.